School of Really Hard Knocks. Top 10 Worst Teachers. From Mrs. Robinson to the kind of elementary school that you'd only want to see in a scary movie, it seems that great teachers can be really hard to find. And we're not talking about the ones that take your smartphone away for the day either. Check out our Hall of Shame picks for the School of Hard Knocks. Top 10 Worst Teachers. Number 1. Sex tape school memories. It's great when teachers are passionate about what they do and apply creativity to special projects for their students. For Crystal DeFonte, a 5th grade teacher from Elk Grove, California, her passion for videography meant making an end-of-year video montage for her students. The problem is that she accidentally spliced some of her spicy home movies into it. You'd think that a good teacher would edit her work before handing it in, but she didn't, and the video was sent to all parents as a gift. The otherwise straight-A teacher was a wreck, and she tried to track down every copy before giving her students a lesson in sex ed, Pornhub style. Number 2. The cool teacher gone wild. If you are a parent, then you know how expensive musical instruments are, ranging well into the hundreds of dollars for quality brass and string models. Danielle Connor used the sale of musical instruments to fund a great cause, her own personal drug habit. New York City's finest finally pieced it together with help from the school, and the instrument hawking Connor was charged with theft and larceny. So the next time your high school kid says that his teacher is a crackhead, at least consider the idea briefly. He might be onto something. Number 3. Mrs. Robinson. Her name? Jennifer Christine Fisher. Her crime? Loving a student more than a little too much. The subject of every high school boy's fantasy and every parent's nightmare. The teacher had a 4-month affair with a student, got pregnant, and had an abortion to cover up her affair. When the student's mom became suspicious of late nights, she creeped into her kid's smartphone and found the texts. She confronted Fisher, who claimed to have no regrets, and asked her student's mother for permission to continue the relationship legitimately. You can guess how well that conversation went, with the furious mom reporting to the police. Number 4. Drop and lick the floor. Educators beware! There is a legal limit to how mean you can be to your students. In 2009, the Charles Summer Elementary School learned an expensive lesson after it was sued successfully for $500,000 by 29 students who were forced to eat food from the floor of their dirty cafeteria for 10 days. Did the parents believe them when the kids shared how their day went? Maybe they thought their kids were exaggerating. But the courts didn't find it funny or appropriate. The settlement was split between the students for cruel and unusual punishment and abuse. Number 5. Elementary School Zoo. California is home to vegans, animal rights activists, and people who are passionate about health and wellness. So when the Viking Elementary School in Fresno was charged with misconduct for caging disabled children, people were more than just shocked. And we're not just talking about one teacher, one time. It was a practice that was endorsed by the school administration. A disabled 7-year-old girl was caged daily and allowed to sit in a dirty diaper instead of receiving the care that the special needs child required, and was busted by an unannounced visit by the girl's mother, Ladeldra Brooks. Number 6. The kid was trashed. Autism is a spectrum disorder that impacts social behaviors and learning. Children with autism can become overstimulated and act out physically or vocally, depending on the circumstance. Christopher Baker was an autistic student at Mercer County Intermediate School at Harrodsburg, Kentucky. The school felt it was a good therapy to place Christopher in a closed bag and to set that bag outside the classroom in a hallway like he was a garbage. His mother discovered her son and had him removed from the cloth bag immediately and filed a complaint for abuse. 170,000 signatures were delivered to the school board after the administration remained unapologetic for trashing the autistic child. Number 7. All lives matter. The kids are not okay when the KKK is running the classroom. In 2014, in Camden County, North Carolina, few Black and Hispanic students were surprised to run into the kind of racism that is sadly common in Southern America. Is it unreasonable to expect school to be a safe place without prejudice or racial abuse? Mrs. Ramsey shocked her class with an outburst where she admitted that if she had a limited time to live, she'd spend her time killing as many Black people as possible. What was more shocking is that after parents complained, She was suspended with pay and then went back to work a few days later. Yeah, we're not okay with that either. Number 8. Driving drunk to teach. Alcohol and drug addiction is a serious problem, and if you hate your job so much that you have to be high or drunk every morning to even show up, you should definitely be in a rehab taking control of your life. Tonya Neff couldn't manage the day without booze and prescription medications in her Coachella Valley, California school, and was suspended for child endangerment. Only Lindsay Lohan can pull that kind of stuff off and still get paid. Number 9. The McDonald's application. Not all of us are naturally academic at school, but that is not for a teacher to decide. Teachers are there to motivate us to do better. Well, maybe all the teachers didn't get the memo. This teacher added McDonald's applications to all the students who failed on their math test. We're not sure whether to laugh at the creativity or be horrified for the trauma that the reality check may have caused the students. But one thing is clear: if you aren't going to study in school and graduate, your career options are limited. A bigger joke waits for students who want to drop out of work at McDonald's though. It turns out that you need math to measure special sauce and stuff. Number 10. Frosted Freak Cookies. Speaking of special sauce, Mark Burnt went there, that place where only the most warped and perverted sickos go. He added his semen as a glaze to cookies that he made his students, and then made it a game for his students to eat them blindfolded. The 62-year-old teacher from Los Angeles pled no contest, and he was busted when pictures of the 3rd grade students eating the cookies seemed odd to the drugstore clerk, who developed the reel. He got 25 years behind the bar for his 6th stunt. Are you as shocked as we are after watching this video? Give us a thumbs up and let us know which among these was the worst teacher in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe!